Okay. That looks like that is working. Okay. So today we're going to do something related to American jobs, American culture, in the office, in the workplace, and money. Who here likes money? 谁喜欢钱？对，我们今天课的内容关于媒介。还有美国办公室的文化。Okay. So we're going to talk about things that are acceptable in the workplace. Acceptable 是什么意思？ Okay. So here are some things that are acceptable. Oh, thank you. Here are some things that are acceptable in the workplace in America, right? Working hard, always acceptable, right? It's good to work hard. Staying late to finish the project. So usually Americans go home, kind of shut down around 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. So sometimes the work is not finished. So they'll stay a little bit later to finish the project. This is seen as a very acceptable behavior because it is seen as hard working. Another thing that is seen as acceptable is contributions to meetings. So let's say you have a meeting. Meetings 怎么说？会议。说到会议的说，如果你说一个很意义的事情，那个老板会记得这个事情，对不对？ So if you're in a meeting and you say something that is meaningful or useful, right? That is seen as an acceptable behavior. What could be a meaningful thing you would say in a meeting? Who can think of that? What could be a meaningful thing? 什么会是一个会意义的事情？啊 Yes, very good. Creative idea. Last one is called being creative. Americans, especially Americans in the workplace, tend to value being creative. Because sometimes when we work, we have problems that we can't solve, and it's very, very difficult, right? So we look for people in the workplace to be creative when it comes to solving problems. Who can give me an example of what it means to be creative? Creative 是什么意思？方向就是，比如说。Is that really creative to use your computer? Do you think? To creative? Do you think it's a really creative thing to use your computer? Invent. Well, we already have computers. That's the thing. So, can you think of something else that could be creative when you have a problem in the workplace? So we have computers, right? So we don't need to invent them, we already have them. What else could be something creative that you do at work or at your job to help your other office mates? You said inventing computer. That's not quite what I'm looking for. What else could you do? Here's one. What? Good. A new idea. Something that's new. Something that someone has not thought of before. New idea. So that's one thing that's acceptable, right? These are all things that if you work in an office in America, these are all things that they would want you to do. Okay? So this guy, what is he doing right now? What's he doing? Thinking. Doesn't look like he's thinking today. Looks like he's working. Is he working kind of hard, or is he working like kind of focused on just piano? Huh? No, want to tell me why? Maybe unacceptable, maybe not suitable?
I think if two persons they fall in love in office and they will think about each other and they may not spare every effort in their work.
Very good. This is why, did you hear what she said? Okay, she said that if two people fall in love at work, that they're not going to focus on working, right? They're going to focus on each other. And in America, in many places, in many offices, there are laws that say you cannot date your coworker. You cannot date them. It's a law. So if you date your coworker, you can get fired. You can lose your job. Another thing you cannot do is you cannot fight with your coworkers, right? This is obvious. You shouldn't fight with anybody, right? You shouldn't fight with anybody in the street because then you go to jail. You shouldn't fight with anyone in the office because you lose your job, right? No fighting. We don't do that. Okay. Not coming to work, right? This is also unacceptable behavior. You have to come to work, right? The same way you have to come to school. 所以你应该那个上班，对不对？ Not doing your work, right? So if you want to 跟你的朋友聊天，在用你的手机里说话，你要去逛街，你要去别的事情，那是不适合的，对不对 ？Okay. This is unacceptable. Remember? This is unacceptable. So this is not good, which I already said. So I want you to break up into groups of, let's say, 3 people. Groups of 3. And I want you to discuss these 2 questions for 5 minutes. Okay? The first question is, what are some acceptable behaviors in China? Right? So in the workplace in China, can you talk about what is acceptable? So in the American workplace, we talk about staying late is acceptable, right? Working hard is acceptable. Being creative is acceptable. That's what's acceptable in America. I want you to tell me what is acceptable here in China, in the workplace, in the office. And then I want you to tell me what behaviors are unacceptable. So what are you not allowed to do? Are you not allowed to date your coworkers? Or what else are you not allowed to do? Okay? So I want this to take 5 minutes, and then I want one person from each group to tell me what is acceptable and what is unacceptable. 因为呢，后面的同学你看起来听不太懂我刚说的话，对不对？对不对？听得懂吗？谁听不懂我刚说的话？听不懂？还有别的同学吗？如果你听不太懂我的话，请你们举手。可是我用中文那个解释一下，没问题。OK， 所以如果你听那个文那个朋友，他跟你解释一下，你是第一个，好不好 ？OK， so let's do 3 groups of 3. Let's sound good. Sound good. Over here. So take out, what I want you to do, take out a piece of paper. Everybody take out a piece of paper. So one person in your group, take out a piece of paper. And what I want you to do with your paper, is I want everyone take out one piece of paper per group. So one piece of paper, and I want you to put it like this. I want you to put a line down the middle. Okay? And I want you to put on one side acceptable and unacceptable. So I give it a 只有2 都是适合的，对不对？另外一部分呢是不适合的。Okay? So we're going to do this for 5 minutes. Okay? 5 minutes.